Just like our customers, many people have to choose whether to power their generative artificial intelligence solution with paid models offered as a service by providers like OpenAI rather than Google, rather than Anthropic, or whether to opt for one of the many open source models that can then be fully controlled and customized. One of the reasons that made the choice to use open source models more appealing, among the many other features and advantages it offered, was also the possibility of fine-tuning the model, which instead closed-source proprietary models offered as a paid service by external providers did not offer. Among the considerations we were making together with many clients, there was precisely the one about the possibility offered by open source models to be not only fully controlled but also refined. Today, all this has changed because OpenAI and many other providers are offering the possibility to fine-tune even on their own closed-source models, which was not possible before. By utilizing the API or accessing the web interface, it becomes possible to refine and enhance these models accordingly. APIs are a collection of instructions provided by a provider for integrating their code or data into your application, enabling you to incorporate their functionality seamlessly. To aid you in understanding if fine-tuning is necessary for your application, let me explain how these AI models are typically trained and then refined to enhance their performance. They are constructed in two phases. An initial training phase in which these models are trained through an exercise of predicting the subsequent word. Imagine reading all internet articles one sentence at a time, predicting the next word based on the sentence you are currently reading. This is how the training of these large language models is done, but as you will understand at the end of this process, these large models are essentially unintelligent in the sense that they are not capable of being helpful as assistants in carrying out specific tasks or in adhering to our instructions. And this is precisely why a second phase called fine-tuning follows the training phase, in which the model is presented with numerous examples of the specific activity that we want it to excel at. When you want to build models capable of assisting the user through a chat and therefore be performant in chatting, then during the fine-tuning phase, many examples of chats are shown, therefore questions from the user and answers that our artificial intelligence system is expected to provide. The refinement phase is done only to teach our artificial intelligence system a specific activity. There are many other reasons, such as teaching our model to be very good at following the instructions we provide. Fine-tuning is used to set a certain type of style, tone, example being very polite in expressing oneself rather than being cynical, rather than being kind, rather than being frank and direct, being verbose, being concise. Fine-tuning is also used to integrate domain knowledge into these models that may not have been seen during the training phase. For example, I am a company and I have a series of private reports in my proprietary data that are not available on the internet. Can I use this proprietary data to fine-tune and allow the model to integrate my proprietary knowledge? Another reason is to teach our model to follow a specific output format. Perhaps we want the model format to be a structured report with logic, always explaining pros and cons. Therefore, we aim for it to consistently adhere to a certain format. In that case, fine-tuning will enable the model to integrate that type of need. Other cases to fine-tune include the desire to save tokens. When deploying your AI solution, you'll have a processing cost proportional to the number of words your model needs to process during deployment. And when I say word count, I mean the count of words in users' input, including words in the prompt. And so if the prompt becomes very, very long, every time that prompt is processed by your solution, the cost will be much higher. Instead, if you integrate more information during the fine-tuning phase, the prompt will become lighter because all that knowledge will be integrated within the model's parameters. Other reasons include improving the reliability of the model. So if you do fine-tuning, the model will become much more reliable in generating responses as you expect. Another possibility is to integrate within the model the management of edge cases. That is, very rare cases that are unpredictable from a response point of view that the model can provide. Surely, if you have exclusive data, fine-tuning is very interesting for its owners. First, the refinement process, fine-tuning, was exclusive to open source models, so you could only refine if you decided to develop a generative AI solution and not rely on third-party services like those of OpenAI or those of Microsoft, Google, Anthropic, and other providers. But anyway, not through closed source solutions. Today, however, OpenAI, like many other providers, offers the fine-tuning service. So you can create a generative AI solution around an intelligence like GPT or other closed source language models and still refine them according to your needs using the available fine-tuning service. Clearly, this is an excellent opportunity because it enables numerous developers to further customize their generative solution without sacrificing the ease of setup, thereby relying on these closed source models. However, it is also right to keep in mind that refining these closed source models does not have the same flexibility as refining a custom model, which, obviously, being 100% controllable, can be opened and refined as desired, whenever desired. Fine-tuned is something that can be today, even in closed source models. However, they don't allow the same level of customization as an open source model. The fine-tuning process is done through APIs, making it standardized and offered as a service. Therefore, it must be provided with predefined rules and instructions through APIs. They also offer the option to do it through a web interface, but they had to preset it out of necessity. This means the fine-tuning process cannot be as flexible as in an open source model. This expands the possibility.